The chaos engulfs me as I am unmoored from everything I know. A splintering sound, ice cracking against steel, pierces through the air, invading the night like a specter seeking its prey. I am surrounded by murmurs of laughter, whispers of excitement, the clinking of crystal and china, all weakened by the deep rumble of impending disaster. I can hardly grasp what has just happened. The Titanic, my ship, my pride, she trembles. It starts as a whisper, a distant growl that coils around my thoughts. Then, abruptly, a violent shudder shakes the vessel, thrusting upward as if it were trying to escape a fate written in the stars. The cold grasps tightly at my skin, seeping through fabric to bite into flesh. It is an icy grip of hopelessness that wraps around my heart, squeezing with terrible certainty. Screams pierce the air, shrill, frantic, echoing the primal dread born on this dark, watery night. Comprehension rushes at me, a wave cresting over my feeble attempts to make sense of the chaos. Campfires flicker in the distance, and laughter erupts among passengers in the banquet halls, blissfully unaware that we have breached something ancient and grim. I see terrified faces now, illuminated in the ghostly light of chandeliers, exaggerated in their horror. Panic mounts, twisting in the air like a living entity, and suddenly everything is spiraling out of control. The rushing water invades our sanctuary, hungry and violent. I hear it first, the roar of the Atlantic claiming its own, a frightful hunger that rises, sweeps like a breath of the abyss, and then it breaks beyond the threshold. Splashing, drowning, the cries for salvation blend into a chorus of despair. I stand frozen amidst it all, the captain of this ship that was supposed to be a fortress against the depths. The metallic scent of blood mingles with seawater as hope slips through my fingers like grains of sand. Water floods the decks, overwhelming and relentless. I watch, horrified, as it rises, as it engulfs us in its cold embrace, sweeping away dreams, love, aspirations, all grasped in the last moments before the drop into nothingness. The ship shudders beneath me, steel groaning, as if the very essence of her being cries out against what is coming. Memories flash through my mind, like lightning striking in the depths of night, vividly alive yet painfully fleeting. Children with bright eyes, mothers clutching their young, warriors in hearts sinking into despair. A final cry escapes, one of bone-deep terror, as the bow tilts towards the depths, a silent acknowledgement that no one will be spared. In this cacophony of screams and shattering hearts, my breath momentarily catches. Time begins to stretch into shards of eternity, each tick echoing louder against madness. Faces twist in agony, lips whisper prayers to gods they don't believe in, and yet I can do nothing. Then, in an instant, silence. The cacophony recedes, leaving an echo of fear swirling like smoke in my throat. An emptiness descends over the agony, shrouding it in an oppressive veil, a cold blanket cloaking the chaos. I am left hanging in a timeless void, hovering just beneath the surface between worlds. The last vestiges of the Titanic's ghostly aura fill the air, a hushed farewell to those lost and those forsaken. As darkness consumes me, I feel the weight of this profound silence, stretching beyond understanding, reaching into the unfamiliar void I am about to enter. Oblivion beckons, and there, amidst the shadows, I become nothing, but a whisper carried by the tide of time. In the shadows that envelop me, a flicker of awareness breaks through the murk. I am no longer tethered to the weight of flesh. I am free, yet imprisoned in the echoes of my past. I drift within this vast silence, a disembodied soul, the reality of my demise dawning slowly, heavy as lead pressing against my essence. I am Captain Edward Smith, yet the title feels so distant now, as if whispered in a dream slowly fading away. Life once pulsed through my veins, full of ambition and pride. I remember that day when the Titanic burst forth from her dock, a floating embodiment of human endeavor, crafted to conquer the ocean, to stretch our dreams across continents. It was supposed to be the greatest voyage, a pinnacle of maritime engineering, a testament to mankind's audacity. Yet here I linger, an observer of my own ended narrative, the taste of salt water mingling with regret staining my thoughts. Glimpses of my life flood back, cascading memories held tenderly in the vastness of my awareness.
I recall evenings spent beneath the warm glow of laughter-filled halls where the sounds of chit-chat and clinking glasses danced in harmony. I see my wife's face, her beauty illuminated by the candlelight, a flicker of warmth amidst the ship's icy framework. Her laughter once wrapped around me like a soft embrace, grounding me in a world where hope and love existed. I had thought myself invincible, armed with the resolute resolve that comes from years of seafaring. But with every recollection comes the weight of guilt, a burden that carves deeper into my spirit. I couldn't protect them, those innocent lives, those souls whose dreams intertwined with mine in that fleeting moment of existence aboard this ill-fated vessel. My fingers, now translucent and formless, trace the contours of the air, feeling the echoes of their voices murmur against the backdrop of eternity. I had meant to steer them safely. I remember the conversations with my officers, laced with bravado and a hint of trepidation. We were all so proud of her, so convinced that we could conquer anything. But madness lay in our hubris. We charged through the night, driven by the allure of speed and glory, dismissing warnings like distant shadows, ignorance veiling our eyes from the truth. Reality strikes hard. It twists in my gut like a vicious wind, gnawing at the fabric of my memories. I cannot escape the images of those last moments, the anguish on faces reflected in the memory etched within my mind. Each life lost weighs heavily on my heart. Each lost soul is a fragment of my own tethered to the depths of despair. I see the crew running frantically, their faces drawn taut with fear, yet their movements indicative of unwavering courage. Unyielding duty echoing in their souls, they tried to save the people we had sworn to protect, men and women who dreamt of reaching the shores of America. I hear the crackling orders, the shouts cutting through the clamoring chaos as they moved with determination. Those brave souls down there, scrambling to bring hope to the hopeless, trying to defy the tides of fate. But I had no way of knowing, could not foresee that this moment would define my legacy, stunting dreams, snuffing lives in the blink of an eye. Scars burrow deeper, each thought of my failure howls within me, a haunting melody reverberating against the chasm of silence. My heart aches for the families left behind, for the dreams that shine brightly, snuffed out like the flickering flames of candles extinguished too soon. In this state, time feels elastic. It bends and warps like the swirling sea around us. I can recall the magnitude of my responsibility. A captain was expected to guide, to protect, to shepherd precious lives through turbulent waters. My grasp on my role slips as whispers of self-doubt and shame flit around me, turning earnest pride into something unrecognizable. If only I could turn back the clock, adjust the course of fate, stop myself from speaking those words fueled by bravado, full speed ahead. If only I could drown my guilt in the depths of this unfathomable void. But I cannot go back. I can only remain here, consigned to these trials of memory, unable to rise above the relentless tide of regret. Yet amid the darkness, a flicker of resolution begins to form. I can learn from these echoes, let them guide me. I may have failed in life, but in death my voice could still find purpose. My story, my regrets, they could serve as a beacon, a warning. With every heartbeat in this timeless expanse, I feel a clarity settling over me, an understanding that whispers through the veils of my soul. I am more than my failures. I am the custodian of the memories I carry, the voices of those lost souls, and whether they speak of anguish or dreams, it is my duty to ensure they echo through time, unforgotten. And so, with this realization wraps around me, I float in this space between worlds, no longer just Edward Smith, but a guardian of memories, yearning to find peace amidst the turbulence that once claimed my life. I glance back at the shrouded depths, gathering strength for the journey ahead. I know there's purpose in existence, even beyond death. The echoes of my past linger around me, wrapping me in a shroud as I float in this liminal space. I feel the weight of memories pressing down, a need to revisit the moments before calamity struck. It was only the day prior, an ordinary one, transformed by ambition and the buoyant air of invincibility. I remember the Titanic, abuzz with excitement, laughter bounced off the polished woodwork,
filling the air with warmth. The dining halls pulsed with life as passengers sipped champagne, their faces aglow in the candlelight. I recalled walking the decks, the warmth of the sun on my skin, proud to command this magnificent vessel, a marvel of human endeavor, meant to traverse the oceans. But beneath the revelry, unease slithered into my awareness like a shadow at dusk. Dismissed warnings, murmurs from my crew about iceberg sightings had reached my ears. "We'll be fine," I assured them, bolstering my courage in a fortress of denial. "We're unsinkable." So easily I cast aside the specter of danger lurking in the depths. Moments flash vividly, a glass shattering, laughter blending with apprehension as whispered concerns punctuated the atmosphere. I could see the tension on my officers' faces, their eyes reflecting worry. They were reluctant to voice their doubts to me, their captain standing before them like a god walking tall on my pedestal. But in that moment, invincibility clouded my judgment, fueling my hubris. I recall a quiet moment alone on the bridge, gazing out over the dark ocean. The sunset painted a pastel sky, contrasting with the somber foreboding creeping into my thoughts. Wasn't this a fortune? Yet the calm felt eerie, an aberration to the audacity we were embracing. It was a moment of reflection, one I would soon wish I had heeded. Conversations laced with bravado clung to me like a second skin, dismissing the caution until it fell away, forgotten. As the memories flood back, I feel guilt entwining with regret, sharp as the frigid waters that swallowed us whole. I had thoughts of grandeur rather than acknowledgement, how easily ambition had been my downfall. The price of speed over caution weighed heavily on me, each choice leading us closer to disaster. I see the faces of the passengers now, shimmering ghosts on the edges of my consciousness, all yearning for a future that I failed to protect. Families with hopes wrapped around them like a warm embrace, dreaming of new beginnings. I remember the camaraderie shared, dreams intermingling as lives crossed on this journey. Yet beneath it lurked a chilling awareness of my own failures. Time stretches and twists as I float amidst these fragments. Every moment weighs down on me, caressing and cursing at once. I sense their stories echoing through time, vibrant yet achingly temporal, and I know that I cannot remain lost in regret. It is my duty now to be their vessel, their guardian in remembrance. My weariness shifts, and I find purpose coursing through my being. Redemption awaits in the sharing of their stories, allowing their echoes to fill the void. The weight of their lives, of their dreams, presses me forward. No longer will I dwell solely on my hubris. I will take on the mantle of remembrance, breathing life into their legacies. I must ensure that the tales of those lost reach beyond my guarded heart, to the whispers of those who may still navigate their fates. I have lingered long enough in shadows. It is time to forge a path toward awakening, to reclaim my humanity amidst the storms of memory. As I drift through this shadowed expanse, I am not merely Edward Smith anymore. I am the custodian of memories, the beacon of hope intertwined with loss. I embrace this journey, knowing that amidst the sorrow lies the potential for healing. The stories of those aboard the Titanic, once vibrant and alive, will echo through my being, lighting the way for remembrance as I wander these eternal realms. I float forward, determined to honor their legacy, steadfast in the belief that even in death,
we can find purpose woven into the fabric of life's fragile tapestry. As I drift onward in this hushed, formless expanse, a presence begins to coalesce in my mind, urging me to revisit the material fragments of the life I once cherished. Flashes of an object sparkle in my memory like a distant lighthouse, beckoning me to return to the surface of existence, to the tangible reminders of life aboard the Titanic. I feel the pull of a singular item, its significance wrapped in warmth and possibility, the silver locket bestowed upon a young bride before her voyage commenced. It was a simple trinket, fashioned from modest metal with an intricate twisting design, appearing elegant in its understated beauty. I remember the scene vividly. The bride, gleaming with joy, her eyes wide with dreams, clasped the locket to her chest as if it could contain all the hopes she carried within her. "For love," she whispered, her voice barely more than a breath, as she accepted the gift from her father, who had looked on with pride. Even then,
I could sense that the locket was a token of deeper meaning, holding an essence that even I couldn't grasp fully at that moment. I can feel the warmth radiating from it now, gentle as the sun's caress, as if the locket possesses a heartbeat of its own. All these years later, it remains untouched by the darkness that swallowed so many lives that night, too precious to succumb to the depths below. Oh, how I wish I could reach out and hold it, to feel the familiar weight against my palm once again. In this fractured existence, I can only see it as a memory, a glimmer of what was, a vessel of illuminated moments now lost beneath the raging waves. It repeats in my mind, "For love." I understand instantly. This wasn't merely a token of affection. It was a promise, a bond forged by emotions so potent that they defy even the most grievous of separations. But I must continue searching. This locket, though it holds secrets of love, is also fraught with loss. It was not just an accessory, it became a lifeline to memories, a reminder of dreams intertwined. As the ship broke beneath the weight of fate, I understand now that it would drift through time, carrying the hearts of those it belonged to, a talisman of resilience against the cruel hand of oblivion. I float along the currents of memory, envisioning the moments that inscribed the locket's relevance, the quiet celebration of a wedding that would never come, the companionship of two souls so profoundly intertwined that they believed nothing could sever their bond. I see her, that bride, slipping it under her dress, a fragile oath to cherish each heartbeat shared in twilight. But I also remember the quiet despair that followed as those very heartbeats thudded against the cold hull of the ocean's wrath. As I wander further into this reflective ocean of thought, I am met with visions of the ship's final moments, passengers clinging to each other, hope wrestled from their grasp by the icy tentacles of despair. Chaos unfolded and time warped unrelentingly, shattering lives as fear-shaped hands reached toward me, begging for reassurance, clinging to the fragmented threads of survival. I hear their cries echo anew, threading together with the contented laughter and soft whispers of love shared beneath the stars. The jarring contrast pulls at my heart, a poignant reminder that life can be a fragile tapestry sewn from both joy and sorrow, and that the locket is but one silent testament to that complexity. I feel the weight of their stories, their dreams intertwined with the bittersweet threads of destiny, sundered but not gone. Each memory attached to the locket speaks of loss, but also speaks of endurance, of love that perseveres, reaching beyond the dark depths for its moment to shine once more. I gather up the fragments of the locket's legacy, feeling the warmth resonating within me. I am not merely a spectator in this celestial remembrance. No, I must act on their behalf. I must ensure that the tales held within the heart of this trinket continue to resonate beyond the boundaries of life and death, reverberating through the cosmos like a haunting lullaby. And so, a vision begins to unfurl within my mind. In the depths of my yearning, I see the locket once more, glimmering in the hands of a new life.
Perhaps it will find its way to a child, a daughter, who inherits love along with the memory of a heart forever entwined with another. They could wear the trinket close to their heart, feeling the pulse of generations resonating beneath their fingertips, a promise from the past whispering strength into their future. The locket shall become a living testament, forever weaving the fabric of love into the hearts of others, an echo of all I have lost, now transformed into something brighter. I will no longer be just the guardian of memories. I will embrace the role of the weaver of connections, uniting the past with the present, stitching threads of resilience through the tapestry of time. As I drift through these realms, I channel my determination into helping those shadows reach for life once more. Against the tide of loss, I will lift their stories, allowing love to echo forward. The locket shines in the depths of my spirit, a beacon of hope that perseveres amidst despair, united in the understanding that love transcends even the harshest of endings. With renewed conviction, I surge forth, firmly resolved to transcend the darkness that claimed so many lives, to reignite the flame of remembrance, ensuring that every story told, every moment cherished, echoes through eternity,
forever entwined in the dance of life and love. A gentle pulse of energy courses through me as I float in this boundless limbo, the echoes of lost lives swirling around me like ethereal mist. I become aware that my time as a vessel for these memories is shifting, urging me toward an inevitable farewell. Somewhere in the whispers, I feel a compulsion to take action, a final gesture that will seal my purpose in the hearts of those who remain. In the stillness, I envision the moment of parting, the ship sinking, confusion painting vivid strokes across frozen faces. I recall that icy air, biting and numbing, washing over us as the once jubilant atmosphere turned heavy with fear. In those fleeting seconds, I am transported back to where chaos reigned, where countless souls searched for glimmers of hope amidst the swirling waves of despair. Together, we must be brave, I remember saying, urging anyone who could hear me to find solace in one another. My own heart raced as I watched families hold their loved ones tightly, a fragile line of hope drawn against the encroaching darkness. Panic painted their eyes, but love became their anchor, weaving threads of connection as the ship slept further into oblivion. In those final moments, standing on the bridge, I felt my authority dissipate under the weight of fate. I looked into the abyss, yet I refused to succumb. Instead, I gathered my resolve and moved among them, a force of assurance in a tempest of fear. There was an unspoken unity in those moments, hands clasped, hearts intertwined, souls who chose to face the inevitable together, resonating with a fierce determination to embrace each other against the relentless tide. "Hold tight, we are not lost. Our love will lead us home," I whispered into the chaos, offering a fleeting promise of solidarity. It was my last act of captaincy, an act of love as I moved through the thrumming crowd, extending my spirit as a beacon of hope that shone through despair. I poured every ounce of energy into my words, imprinting each sentiment onto their hearts. I felt their spirits lift, even as the waters roared and chaos unfolded around us. Suddenly, I feel the fabric of time stretch, unfurling its depths around me like the billowing sails of a ship. This is my parting, to reinforce connections made in despair, a collective heartbeat resounding in the void left by loss. I chant softly yet fervently, sensing the swell of resolute energy. Love is never lost, not in the abyss, not through death. The memories sharpen into focus, each one clamoring for recognition, like ghosts yearning to be seen. I recall moments of joy, layered softly with pain, laughter mingling with tears, a warmth of hands clasped, faces illuminated by shared dreams and steadfast love. Every soul poses an eternal testament to the resilience that flourishes against the backdrop of tragedy. In this sacred union, I embrace these threads, weaving them together until they form a magnificent tapestry. Each soul blends into the whole, intertwined in memory, forever linked by a love that transcends all. I feel the warmth of their spirits molding my essence, lifting me toward an understanding that breathes purpose into the weight of my existence. I now recognize the significance of the locket, not merely as a trinket, but as a testament to love enduring amidst chaos. I reach outward with my essence, summoning warmth that radiates like golden sunlight piercing through heavy clouds. The love it encapsulates is a direct lineage to our shared heritage, unbreakable, glowing eternally. Several faces come to mind, blending seamlessly with the rhythm of our stories. A young couple sitting on the deck, arms intertwined, gazes cast toward the horizon, dreaming of endless tomorrows. A mother, ushering her children with quiet strength, whispering tales of bravery as they draw upon each other's whispers of faith. An elderly man who reflects on his life, eyes welling with memories of the love that shaped him, and of all the moments spent through time. Their voices coalescing around this singular token. Now I know what must be done. It is my final act, to weave my spirit into the love echoing from the locket, to ensure those stories live on. A part of this journey, to transform regret into light and nurturing another generation's bonds, holding their hands through the darkness as I guide them. In this unique symphony, I spin the essence of what remains into a thread that weaves through time. My heart beats faster as I surrender to the pull, merging memories and love until they burst forth as a radiant tapestry. I breathe in the golden tendrils wrapping around me, feeling the fullness of their lives, and it swells within as if alive. With each heartbeat, I sustain the connection, feeling the current run from essence to essence, wrapping around them like an indestructible ribbon. They will not fade into darkness. They will remain forever in this embrace of collective memory, their pulse resonating through the years, echoing throughout countless lives. As I merge deeper, encouraged by an overwhelming sense of peace, I sense the invisible weight that chains me to regret lessening, replaced by the brightness of acceptance. My purpose, now clear and resolute, illuminates my path. To recreate, to celebrate, love will endure. It will rise even higher. I hold this truth deep within me as I prepare for my moment of departure. I cast a glance back at the rich tapestry of memories I leave behind, each stitch aglow with warmth and purpose. Uniting souls through love, this is my legacy. I embrace the soft glow of remembrance, intertwined with regret. It is no longer a weight. Instead, it is a promise, a beacon guiding me toward the horizon where love knows no end. Upon my exhale, I seemingly dissolve into the warmth of these memories, gathering my essence with purpose and strength, surrendering into this cosmic embrace. Every story held within the locket shall find its voice among the living, bridging the chasm that threatened to sever us once. Finally, as I drift toward the luminous figures awaiting me, rekindled by hope, I understand that I am not simply a whisper lost to the void. I become a promise, echoing through time, reminding all of love's enduring nature that rises and falls like the tide, but never truly fades. It lives on, forever pulsing with the heartbeat of resilience, casting ripples across generations, each wave embracing the sacred truth that love, in all its forms, always prevails. In this boundless, ethereal realm, I find myself suspended between remembrance and existence, enveloped in a vibrant luminosity that pulses with the essence of those I loved. Time here slips away, unfurling like petals in the warm embrace of sunlight, as I am freed from the constraints of earthly sorrow. Instead, I drift among shadows of past lives, watching as memories flicker like fireflies across this vast expanse. The echoes of the living surround me, their laughter blending harmoniously with the winds, their whispers echoing the stories I once shared. I see them gathered together,
drawn together in the wake of loss, illuminating their grief with flickers of joy. They speak my name with tenderness, and their voices carry a warmth that wraps around me like a cherished blanket on a cold night. A father comforts his children as they remember their mother. A wife's smile tinged with bittersweet understanding as she honors her husband's legacy. It is here, amidst the palpable love, that I understand my mission, to guide them from sorrow to healing. I begin to sense the weight of their unspoken burdens, the sadness that clings to them like a shadow. I feel their hesitance, the walls they've built around their hearts in an effort to protect themselves from further pain. They yearn for signs that their loved ones remain close. They seek reprieve from the heartache that lingers in the silence. It is in this moment of clarity that I understand my role, not merely as an observer, but as a bridge connecting realms, allowing love to flow between us. Drawing upon this light within, I gather my essence, letting it radiate outwards, a gentle wave of warmth that surrounds them. Feel my presence, I whisper into the depths of their hearts, urging them to remember the bonds we forged, the laughter we shared. You are not alone in your sorrow. I am with you, always. The shadows take on a new hue. I see hesitation in their eyes transform into flickers of hope. I draw closer, enveloping them in the golden light of our shared memories, igniting their spirits. I feel the love we shared flood their beings, allowing moments of joy to intertwine with their grief. Take this light, let it ignite your hearts, I encourage softly. Remember the laughter, the shared whispers in the night, the warmth of my hand in yours. Bit by bit, I sense the barriers crumbling before my warmth. Each unrestrained emotion they release resonates through the fabric of existence, a melody woven with threads of love and memory. A daughter finally voices the words that had been buried for too long, sorrow and resilience mingling within her resolve. A son embraces the frailty of his grief, recounting his father's stories, inviting joy back into his heart's chambers. With each exchange, I see the pulsating light grow brighter.
The scars of loss begin to diminish, replaced by a spirit of renewal. And in doing so, I see the cycle continue. Healing birth from love, sweetness blooming from sorrow. I weave my essence together with theirs, allowing the memories to resonate with every beat of their hearts. But beyond the healing, I sense deeper shadows lingering, the weight of words unspoken, truths hidden beneath layers of grief. I feel their hesitation to confront these sensations fully. It is my calling to spark this moment of courage, to guide them toward release. Speak freely, I implore with gentle insistence. Share what lies heavy within and let it be freed into the world of light. I watch as an elderly woman stands, trembling yet resolute, finally voicing the sentiments that had been too painful to say. "I'm sorry for not saying how much I loved you," she cries, her confession leaving the air thick with emotion. Others follow, like the crashing of waves upon the shore, each word unraveling chains that bound them. They release secrets, unearth vulnerabilities, each story binding them closer together, a reverberation of connection that transcends loss. The atmosphere shifts, their spirits begin to merge, a tapestry of vibrant colors intertwining as the golden light of love weaves through their souls. It feels like a dance, one filled with acceptance and understanding as they grapple with the shades of their shared history. I can feel their heartbeats synchronized to the rhythm of love, an echoing cadence that transcends even time itself. As I let out one final ethereal pulse of energy, I understand that I am part of a greater whole, a web of relationships that weave us all together, bound by the unwavering strength of love. I draw nearer to the luminous light, my essence rising as the release of this connection brings clarity and purpose to my being. I realize this is a departure, but not in loss. It is in celebration. With each flicker of memory shining brightly, I gather my essence and feel my spirit lift, buoyed by the knowledge that love, in all its forms, knows no boundaries. It travels not only through mortality, but weaves warmly within each cherished memory that we hold. I become the promise that love transcends, a radiant echo, lighting the path for those who grieve, affirming that they too can carry forward the legacy of those who came before. Finally, a sense of serenity envelops me as I glide toward the soft light waiting in the distance. Laughter melds with tears, and memories entwine endlessly, a testament to love's eternal nature. I am reminded, though I step into the light, I am never lost. I am a promise forged in the hearts of those left behind, an everlasting bond of love, reminding them always to embrace the beauty in their memories and share it with the world. As I drift toward the luminous light, I sense a shift in the fabric of existence. Memories pulse around me, each heartbeat echoing like whispers of encouragement woven into the very essence of who I am. I float in an expanse of warmth, awash with love that transcends limits, wrapping around me like a gentle tide. It is soothing and blissful, holding no sorrow, but instead a profound sense of connection. In this serene embrace, I find myself drawn toward the earthly realm, the moment crystallizing into a specific scene. A delicate hand reaches into a dusty box, fingers brushing against the surface of the locket I so cherished. In that instant, I realize how unbroken the ties of love truly are. Here is the tangible memory of my essence, clutched tenderly by another whose heart is heavy with remembrance. I watch, unseen but fully present, the woman who discovers the locket, a young mother, worn yet radiant, sifting through remnants of the past. There is a gentle determination in her movements as she uncovers a forgotten treasure buried beneath the weight of time. She holds the locket before her, an object brimming with vitality, its presence awakening echoes of laughter, love, and unspoken moments. As she opens it, a soft gasp escapes her lips. Within the locket, she finds the photograph of me, a memento of a time when life felt endless and possibilities danced before us. Her eyes glisten with unshed tears, and I can feel the waves of nostalgia washing over her, each emotion a reflection of the love we shared. In that peaceful space, a realization washes over her. I am not truly gone. I have become an ember, illuminating her path even in darkness. In my absence, I am reminded of laughter we've had, the warmth of shared meals, the fleeting moments that fill our days with breath and beauty. She draws strength from the memory held within her fingers, and it pulses through me like a gentle ache. As her fingers caress the locket's surface, I see a delicate shift within her. Inspiration fills her heart. I watch as she brings the locket to her chest and closes her eyes. With every beat of her heart, a silent prayer forms. A prayer not just for me, but for all those we've loved and lost. It is a powerful tribute, a commitment not to let the memories fade into dust, but to carry them forward, to honor them in each breath, each moment of joy. "Thank you for loving me," she whispers, her voice trembling with emotion. "You'll always be a part of me." In that moment, the bond between us solidifies and unravels simultaneously, a sacred thread woven with devotion. I feel her words reverberate within me, vibrant and alive, a song that dances across the chasms of existence. The golden light surrounding us intensifies, enveloping us in a cocoon of shared love. Then, like a gentle sigh, I release a warm embrace, wrapping around her heart, igniting the flame of resilience within her. "You are never alone," I forge through the luminous connection. "Carry my heart in yours, let our love endure." The locket glimmers against her chest, an anchor to the depth of our shared existence. I watch as she stirs, uncertainty giving way to newfound strength, a sense of purpose blossoming like spring after a long winter. She cradles it tightly, knowing it is a vessel of memories intertwined with whispers of hope. Around her, the world continues, vibrant and alive. Laughter rings out, children's voices echoing in the distance, life thrumming with the pulse of all that is connected. I swell with peace, knowing that the essence of my love will ripple throughout her life, a gentle push toward joy, beckoning her to find beauty in her journey. It is here, in the gentle release of grief and the embrace of nostalgia, that I dissolve into the light, knowing I am eternally intertwined with her. The stories we shared, the dreams we stitched together, are now woven into a greater tapestry, each thread resonating with memories of resilience. As I step fully into this brilliant light, I understand that love never dies. It transforms, creating a luminous legacy that spans lifetimes. I am a part of the whispers in the wind, the laughter in the hearts of those who remember, shining like stars scattered across the night sky. And so I fade into the vastness of the universe, a gentle echo of the love I've shared, a promise lingering like a soft breath in their lives, guiding them forward, reminding them always to find joy in memory. No longer a solitary whisper, I become a chorus, a triumph that reverberates through the hearts of generations yet to come, forever entwined in the dance of existence.